Motorola has just recently unveiled the new Motorola Edge 2024 in the USA. Remember that these editions are presented exclusively for this country, but in many ways they might resemble other devices in the Motorola Edge series. For example, in this case, it will feature a 6-inch OLED display with a 144Hz refresh rate, which is something Motorola often includes in several of its devices. Additionally, this screen has a full HD resolution and will feature a 10-bit color depth with a peak brightness of 1300 nits, providing users with an excellent viewing experience when watching HDR content. However, it has Gorilla Glass 3 protection, which is a bit old. So it doesn't seem to aim to be a high mid-range device, but rather a mid-range device. We could indeed even say a somewhat slightly lower mid-range device. But it has other features that could elevate its level. For example, it comes with the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 processor, which, while not ultra-powerful, I believe can provide good performance for a large majority of users. Additionally, we are talking about 8 GB of RAM, in this case LPDDR4, and 256 GB of UFS 2.2 storage. As you can very clearly see, neither the storage nor the RAM will offer the maximum speed, so it confirms that it is indeed a mid-range device. But in the camera, it will debut a highly advanced Sony sensor called LTE-C, a 50-megapixel sensor that promises very good quality and performance. So even though it retains the same resolution as the previous generation, in this case, we are actually talking about a completely new sensor that will surely have better capabilities. The aperture of this camera is f, and it does have optical stabilization. The second camera is an ultra-wide with 13 megapixels and an f-aperture, which has autofocus, so it is not only capable of taking wide-angle photos, but also macro photos. This is something I love about Motorola. They don't focus on putting 4 useless cameras, but rather 2 cameras that you will really make good use of. The front camera will be 32 megapixels with an f-aperture and will feature the quad-pixel technology that Motorola typically uses in all its cameras, meaning it will merge the pixels, such as typically merging. So the photos won't actually be 32 megapixels unless you select that option in the settings, but they will actually be 8 megapixels if you capture them in automatic mode, combining 4 pixels into 1 for better lighting. The battery is definitely 5000 mAh and supports 68-watt charging, so in terms of charging, it steps up compared to other devices that might share some of its specifications. It also has an IP resistance level against water and dust, so it can be submerged and even supports 15-watt wireless charging with additional features. So as you can see, although in some aspects it seems to be a lower mid-range device, in other aspects it appears to be a premium mid-range device, which is why we will indeed categorize it as a mid-range device. It supports Wi-Fi 6E network, so it has excellent download speeds and also features stereo sound with Dolby Atmos. Additionally, the device features a special button on the side that allows you to use it as a shortcut to open the camera, gallery, or any other app you want, such as... Although remember that Motorola also has its traditional gestures that allow you to turn on the flashlight or open the camera simply by twisting or shaking the device. So personally, it is a device that has caught my attention because of its features. Its officially announced price for the USA is approximately $549, and it will be available starting on June 20th. Be sure to stay tuned for more updates. On the screen, you see the reference price in other currencies, but the prices here are not the same as those over there.